Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing Race C on the daily races, Group 3 at Dragontail Seaside. And I thought this was a pretty good race, so I will walk you through it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. As you see, starting P3. We are starting on the hard tire. Our strategy today is going to be hards to mediums. Hard for 3 laps, mediums for the rest of the race. Alrighty, we are underway. Let's see if we can do anything for lap 1. And as you will see, there are other cars around me that are on the medium tires, so obviously they will have much more grip than me. Going through this first chicane, I absolutely bottle it, almost lose it and into the wall. Thankfully, I catch it, and I only lose about 1 place here. Going through this fast right-hander, and then out-braking myself into this hairpin, and then also almost losing it on the exit. Unfortunately, the guy behind me absolutely eats it into the barrier. So I lose about 2 positions, so about 3 positions so far. But I am still trying to just stay calm through this first lap, make sure I make as little mistakes as possible. Get a nice run on the car in front of me. I'm gonna see if I can make a move into the hairpin, but unfortunately, he defends very well, and I am not able to make any form of move. Going through the death chicane for the very first time. Just gonna take it nice and easy. Don't want to take any chances, hit the wall like that guy just did, or get a penalty like that guy in third did. So we made up another position, make that 2 positions. Gonna go for a third move on this last hairpin, kind of push him a little bit wide, but just getting the elbows out. And then, as you see, pretty close behind, but he will tuck in behind and start bump driving me to get up to first or second place. Unfortunately, first place was never really an option for this race. He was just too fast and too consistent, didn't make any mistakes or anything like that. So, unfortunately, P1 was out of the question or out of the equation. But obviously, we'll still hunt down for P2. Taking that hairpin a little slower than I wanted to, which will invite the guys in behind me, especially with the slipstream. And keep in mind, I am on the hards while they are on the mediums, so they will have much more grip through this section. Trying to make as few mistakes as possible. Unfortunately, took the corner a little too sharp and ended up on the gravel, so that invites the people in behind me. As you see, I just got a bump from the guy in 5th. And then I will lose a position position and another because of that 1 mistake. But going through the death chicane for the second time, taking no chances, not gonna make any form of moves. As you see, big mistake by the guy in 2nd place, or 3rd place, sorry. That will bring us up another position. This guy serves his penalty. That will give us another position. So after about 2 laps of racing, that puts us into P4. Now, keep in mind, we are coming in on the end of this lap, so I am going to push as hard as I possibly can to maximize the amount of time lost to the guys in front. Taking that chicane pretty nicely, making sure I'm trying to get on the power as soon as possible, but yet not overpower it and spin out. Take that corner a little too short, and luckily I caught it. Still trying to keep an eye on the guys behind because obviously they are on the faster tire than me and they have a lot more grip. Took the center S's pretty nicely that time, keeping up that speed as we come down into this hairpin. Still keeping an eye on the guys behind. Going through the death chicane for the third time. Again, taking no real big chances. I don't want to mess it up and spin out or get a penalty for hitting the wall or anything like that. Almost lose the rear end on the exit, but luckily I caught it. So we are coming in again this lap, just a reminder. Kind of missed the apex on the that corner, and then here. Unfortunately, as you will see, I have crossed the pit lane. And as we all know, in GT7, if you cross the pit lane, you will get a penalty. So unfortunately, I was handed a 3-second penalty as I came out of the pits. I was pretty upset about it because a race before this, I did pretty much the same thing, but I didn't get the penalty. I went back and watched the replays of it, and the first time I was actually within the white line. I didn't go over it. So mistakes were made, but you live and you learn. So yeah, as I was coming out the pits, seeing this penalty, I was very upset about it, but the only thing I could do is get my head down and just push to minimize the time loss. So I'm going to skip forward a lap here. Nothing that really happened on lap 4. Lap 5, I'm trying to, again, just minimize the time loss to the guys in P2, P3, because they have not stopped yet. They will stop around P6, P7, or I mean lap 6, lap 7, my bad. Almost losing it on the exit of that chicane there, but catching it thankfully. Taking that corner as fast as possible into this super tricky hairpin. Going down into the center S's. Not too bad. Gonna, whoops, wrong button. Gonna jump here, or jump forward here real quick. Going through the death chicane for the 5th time. You know, nothing really major to see. Kind of tapped the wall there for a little bit, but again, taking no chances, just taking it nice and easy. Just want to make as little mistakes as possible. As you see, 2 guys ahead of us come into the pits, so we will gain hopefully about 1 or 2 more positions. Had a super nice exit on the last hairpin. As you see, at the end of lap 6, I set the fastest lap of the race so far, so I am pushing to the maximum. And yes, I did jump up 2 places for the guys in the pit lane. Nothing really happened this lap, so we're gonna jump ahead by another lap. As you see, the guy in front of me came in to pit, and he came out relatively around the same time when Refry served that penalty, so not too much time lost. But I have my sights firmly set on a podium this race. And the car in front of me came out on the hard tire, so he is on the much slower tire and doesn't have as much grip as I do. And I am still pushing to the limits, trying to get every single 10th out of the lap as I can. Taking the center S's not as ideally as I would want, catching some of that dirty air from the guy in front. But getting a nice slipstream from him on this back straight. Down into a heavy braking zone. Hitting the apex nicely. Don't get on the power too much, the rear end's going to step out on that. That's what the GTR likes to do. Going through the death chicane for the 7th time. Again, taking no chances. Not definitely really an overtaking opportunity through those chicanes. Topped the wall slightly on the outside of the exit. Luckily, no penalty was given. And then as you see, P1 and P2 have come into the pits. They were both on the mediums, so now they are going onto the hards. Like I said in the beginning, P1 was just very consistent. Didn't make any mistakes, didn't get any penalties, and unfortunately he was too far gone. But as you see P2 come out, he's still very well in the equation of, can I hunt down P2? Because I know right now in this time period of this race, I am faster than them. I am on the faster tire with, I mean, obviously the same amount of fuel, but I have more grip, and my tires are a lot warmer than theirs. So P2 is still very viable, but obviously still hunting down for P3. I want to get that podium, want to be on that podium for the end of this race. Going through the center S's, taking them a little decent, kind of overcooked it here a little bit, but didn't keep the speed up as much as I wanted to. We're still getting that nice slipstream down into this hairpin. You're gonna see a slight twitch there from the guy in third. That kind of invites me to keep the pace up, knowing that I'm doing the right thing. Going through death chicane for the 8th time. Again, taking no chances. Don't want to risk anything. Don't want to get a penalty or spin out or anything like that. Going into the last corner. Nice braking zone. Again, the guy in front gives a nice little twitch, and as you see on the exit, I just out traction him, and I just pretty much speed past him. Is the only thing to really see or say. Wisely, the guy behind just tucks in and then gets that slipstream. He doesn't really make a move into the chicane. He could have, but thankfully he didn't. Oh, about lost the rear end there. Nice catch. That invites the guy in behind. I go defensive, and he just sticks behind. Now my sights are set on P2. I really want to chase him down. We have about a lap and a half left, so let's see if we can get him. Going through the center S's. Not too bad, you know. A little bit wide on the exit there, and unfortunately that sends me wide on the exit of the final S, and that puts me off track. Thankfully that really didn't invite the guy in behind because he was too far back, so not too worried. A little bit wide on this exit here, invites him in again, but wisely he tucks in behind. That way we can both make it through the death chicane. And as you can see at the bottom left, my tires are starting to go off. And the guy behind me actually had a nice exit through the death chicane, which brings him into the equation into the final corner. Nice defensive act by me, and then I will just out traction him through the final corner, up the hill onto the final or main straight. At this point, the only way I would really be able to get P2 is if he made a major mistake, so I focused my attention more to the guy behind. I wanted to keep this podium, I wanted to keep my 3rd place, and I will defend against him. Really trying to take no major chances here, just trying to keep him behind us, and yeah. Went wide on that hairpin, so that kind of helps or brings that guy back into the equation. But luckily, with me being on the mediums, I still have a little bit more grip than he does with him being on the hards. Just taking the center S's just nice and easy. Don't want to make any mistakes to give him an opportunity into this hairpin, kind of breaking the toe just slightly. Going into the hairpin, he's still very well there. He could easily, you know, dive bomb me at any chance. Going through the death chicane for the final time. Again, taking no chances, just being nice and easy, but unfortunately, the guy behind us was pushing just a little too hard and smacked into the wall and got himself a penalty. Sucks to see, but, you know, it happens to the best of us. Coming into the final corner, taking the apex nice and easy. Make sure I don't want to spin out and lose traction. And then we come up to the finish line, and we will come home in a P3. So not too bad. Started where we finished where we started. If I didn't have that penalty, I could have been fighting for P4. I mean, sorry, P2. But overall, a very well race. I mean, very, very good race. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.